First of all, I'd like to talk to you about how people become stars. Every one of us has a certain amount of energy and enthusiasm stored in them. Some have more, some have less, but the rule is, when it ends, you will give up and not reach your goal. That is why all our actions should come down to one simple rule. In the shortest time possible, we need to achieve the result of simply not giving up. You must achieve this result before you lose your enthusiasm, and you must take care of yourself first and foremost. You need to start doing things that lead to a result here and now. So, on my channel, I have 23 videos and 600,000 subscribers. I've never done any advertising, bloggers were never involved, I didn't have a team, and I thought of, created, and recorded everything by myself. Later, I started taking on clients with different channels, some with many views, some which were failing, and everyone who listened to me eventually succeeded. That's why today, I want to save you some time and tell you what you need to do in order to achieve your goal in the shortest time possible. YouTube is a combination of various factors. And it's rather naive to think that there's some kind of secret sauce out there, like cheat codes you put into a video description or other tricks with playlists or chats in order to get you more views. Such manipulations will not make your content more interesting. Everything's quite simple on YouTube. YouTube simply promotes interesting videos, and if you happen to make one, sooner or later, YouTube will promote it. You don't need anyone. However, it's naive to think that any other kind of secret will make your video interesting. If you're looking for the best way to increase your views, the answer's very simple. You need to start making interesting content. However, there's a big difference between cool-looking picture and interesting content. Interesting content is the art of storytelling. Come on. If there were any kind of chats, secret cheat codes out there that people use to actually increase views, trust me, I'd have the biggest chat on the planet, I'd be #1 there, and hand out advice and make creators popular. My team, however, is engaged exclusively in studying the art of creating a story. The art of capturing and holding the viewer's attention. The art of creating a story from scratch, starting with its title and thumbnail. This is what we study every day. And we really wouldn't want you to spend the small amount of enthusiasm you have looking for some secrets or cheat codes that simply don't exist. Trust me, I've tried it all, and I want you to avoid making these mistakes and to focus on what's most important, the art of storytelling and creating interesting content. Trust me, this is the shortest way possible. But before I start, I'd like to talk to you about the most important first step, and that is, what do you make your video about? Essentially, YouTube is a platform for videos, not channels. And the biggest misconception is that YouTube wants to promote your channel. Unfortunately, that's not the case. YouTube wants to promote interesting videos in order to keep the viewer on its site for as long as possible. This is vital information for all of us. That's why YouTube promotes interesting content, not channels. If I'm not mistaken, the time when channels were being promoted ended about 6 years ago. Today, YouTube is a social network. It's a chain made up of interesting videos, not channels. This means that every video that we watch on YouTube is autonomous. Take a look at these 2 videos, for example. One has 9,000 views and the other 3 million. What's most interesting, these videos are on the same channel, They stand almost side by side. In other words, if you've made low-quality content, nothing will help you. To better understand what I'm saying, let's imagine YouTube as a store. Got it? And the videos on it as a product. If we had our own store, what would we sell there? I'll give you a hint. We'd sell what people want to buy. We don't sell what we want to sell. We sell what people want to buy from us. With YouTube, it's the same. You and I are creating content for an audience. I know this is hard to accept, but if we are creating the video for ourselves, then why do we need views? One view would be enough, right? Admit it, you want more, which means you need only one thing: create content for people. I'll give you a few examples to explain what I mean. So, let's say we wanted to make a video about how much an SMM specialist earns. Let's analyze the number of views for such content. The problem is, the most popular video on YouTube with such content has only 15,000 views. And if we want to get to 1 million views, and I'll remind you that our views are our fuel, it's quite naive to think that you'll get those million views. Or another example. Let's say we have a cooking channel. And as a chef, we could care less about what video to make. But the viewer actually cares about what he watches. That's why we as creators have an unlimited amount of topics to make videos about. Let's say we have sushi and pancakes. Instructions on how to cook them. What video should we make first? I'll show you the numbers. Here are the views for sushi, and here are the views for pancakes. It turns out, people want to watch about how to make pancakes much more than how to make sushi. Let's finalize. I remind you once again that you need to make videos for your audience, not for yourself. However, there are always exceptions. For example, my channel has a video about YouTube algorithms. When I created this video, I understood from the very start that never, under any circumstances, would this video get 1 million views. Because the topic of YouTube algorithms just doesn't get such views. However, I created this video first and foremost for myself, because I understood that this video might change someone's life, and it was very meaningful for me. That's why there's a kind of thin balance. When, as a creator, you make content that your audience wants to watch, I call this 100,000 sickness. Bloggers that have reached 100,000 subscribers sometimes experience this. As soon as they understand they need to make the content their audience wants to watch, they get addicted and continue to make videos that generate lots of views. At some point, depression kicks in, and that's exactly the time when you need to make the videos you want. That's what happened to me. I made videos that I wanted, and it was important, first of all, to me. And I clearly understood it wouldn't get that many views. However, YouTube is a very unique place. And there is always a place for black swans. Previously, it was believed that black swans simply don't exist. There are only white swans and that's it. But sooner or later, they were discovered. And there will always be a topic that no one has made a video about, but you found it, took it, made a video, and got lots of views. Or maybe, simply by chance, you started a whole new trend that will be picked up by hundreds of creators and spread around YouTube, entertaining their audience. So, I'd like to reaffirm, you need to make videos for your audience, not videos that you want to make. If you were a psychologist that asked yourself the question, What video do I need to make? I give you a 99% guarantee that you'd make a mistake in answering this question. But if you were to sit down and analyze YouTube's algorithms, you would definitely understand what people want to watch and would make fewer mistakes. A long time ago, one man came to see me, and perhaps many will see themselves in him. There weren't many videos on his channel, and if I'm not mistaken, his channel had an average monetization of about $40 a month. When he came to me, I told him how to make content. But what's most important, I noticed how he wants to change the world and make people's lives better. However, he was creating videos that he wants people to watch, not what they want to watch. He fixed his mistake, and his channel began to grow. When working with clients, one of the hardest things is getting this thought across. And the sooner you understand it, the faster you'll achieve results. As of today, if I'm not mistaken, his channel has a monetization of $7,000, and he still continues to change the world, help people, and so on. Only now, with a much larger audience. Let me show you how me and my team approach the question, the answer to which you just saw above. How do we approach creating content that our audience wants to see? What you see here is the so-called main card. It can be made in any shape that's suitable for you. Here, you can find any topics and the corresponding amount of views. We call this the card of audience interests. We use it to understand what people want to watch. As soon as we take a specific topic, we spend lots of time analyzing the market in order to later, in the span of just a few videos, achieve a significant result. In other words, we try to create content that generates potential views. This gives us extra points, which is important if your video is financially, economically, or energy-consuming. This is all very important to us, and that's why we make such cards. Previously, we'd make these cards for our clients on our own, but later we realized that we were making a big mistake. We then asked the creators themselves to make these cards. What did this give us? The first client that made his own card confessed that a new, unusual world opened up before him. He hadn't watched YouTube before. He had nothing against being popular and followed the occasional blogger, but never studied in depth what is it that people really make videos about. If you make this card of interest on your own, you will most likely understand what other people make videos about. You'll clearly understand what videos you don't want to make. You'll see where your heart lies and where it doesn't. You'll also notice the ideas and creators that inspire you, as well as the content you strive to make, the content, the storytelling, and charisma you'd like to learn from and make yourself. This is great, because coming up with everything from scratch by yourself is quite hard. And what's most surprising, by making this card for yourself, you'll understand what videos to make. As soon as you write down 50 to 100 topics of audience interest, you won't have any more questions such as, what do I start with and what video do I make? You'll have a business plan of how to make videos and interesting content right before your eyes. Let's agree that first, you must achieve some kind of results and only then start creating black swans. Because at the very beginning of your journey, if you want to create something of your own, something unique, there's a 99% chance that your enthusiasm will end and you will just leave, mad at everyone. Once we met with Nikolai Chernobyov, an author who spent several years filming interviews with unknown people. Yes, that was his idea. He filmed interviews with unknown people and wanted it to become popular one day. At one point, we sat down and agreed that he would first become popular by doing what I tell him, and then do his interviews. He did just that. he truly became more or less popular, gained 300,000 subscribers, although he started with 10,000, and continues to film his interviews. And he's full of resources, energy, and enthusiasm to keep it all going. Otherwise, he would have given up, because his first videos barely got 2,000 views. We told him that he needs to make a series of videos, and once again, you wouldn't believe that his videos before got no more than 1,000 views. The first video he made on a specific topic, if I'm not mistaken, it was about sugar consumption, got 500,000 views. Unfortunately, the video has been deleted from his channel, but in my opinion, that's where it all started. And he later created several series of videos that his audience wanted to watch. And this allowed him and his channel to grow very quickly. Here I'd like to clarify how to listen to your audience. Some time ago, when Sony invented its first player, they didn't know what color players to enter the market with. So they put together a focus group and interviewed their clients. If I'm not mistaken, the yellow player won. They thanked their clients and presented each one with a player as a gift before they exit the store. The clients happily accepted, and each one took a black player. So, what your audience asks you to make and what they want to watch are slightly different things. I, for one, use comments for inspiration and to generate ideas. I don't literally have my audience tell me what videos to make. My content is all about motivating bloggers, inspiring them. I want them to develop, stay motivated, and to create even better content. That's what my content is about. It's hard for me to borrow ideas from someone. That's why I get my ideas solely from comments. And the credit for all my videos goes to my audience and their comments. But you must remember, what people ask you to make videos about and what they really want to see are two different things. Currently, I have the motivation it takes to make a video and not generate a lot of views. But I got to this point. Generally, if you continue making videos with a low view count, you most likely give up. But because I've already gotten all my views, it's a bit easier for me to now create those black swans that don't yet exist. As you remember, my video on YouTube algorithms didn't get any more views. That's why I talk about YouTube on my Instagram. And went more into Instagram because on YouTube, not too many people are interested in algorithms. And Instagram gives me a chance to communicate, answer questions, and quickly interact with my audience. I'll tell you about one more effective tool. Google Trends. Google Trends shows us the dynamics of growth. It doesn't show the number of searches per topic, but rather how we can understand the dynamics of those searches. What we see here is a table or timeline for Game of Thrones. According to viewers, this is the most popular TV show on the planet. And we can see from this table when people search for this TV show. Accordingly, we clearly can see when there is hype. Hype is increased demand from the viewers. Hype is the viewer's desire to watch. Therefore, you and I should go where there is a desire to watch. And Google Trends will help us with this very much. I'll ask you one more question. Let's say you wanted to insulate your balcony. Make a video about balcony insulation. What do you think? When do people search for such a topic? I was absolutely sure that this happens before winter in about November or December, but I was completely wrong. According to Google Trends, people watch videos about balcony insulation in August, just before the fall season. And this was a revelation. I was working with this channel about construction. We made such a video, and it suddenly skyrocketed and grew the total number of views on the channel by 3 times. As I've said before, YouTube is not a game of Russian roulette. It is in fact a clear, predictable result. And here, you need to use your head, not 24 hours a day. There's no need to desperately make video after video which your audience doesn't need. Better to approach this knowingly and achieve a result. Remember, you still got that motivation left and already have a result. So, let's say on January 2nd, right after the New Year, you made a video about how to lose weight. There will be a lot of people wanting to watch this. I'll tell you more. One of my clients had a channel about psychology, and he made a video about what kind of lettuce will help you to lose weight. I don't really know how such a topic correlates with the rest of his content, but the fact is, remember I said each video is autonomous, the video got lots of views. It was released on December 27th, and exactly on January 2nd, its views went through the roof. For example, if you wanted to make a video about how to build a greenhouse in March, most likely you'd get a crowd. There's also the start of the school year, graduations, and you can play around with that. And if you were to make a video on December 23rd about what to give to your grandma or mother for Christmas, you would also get lots of views. So, Google Trends is an unrealistically cool tool for analyzing the entire calendar year. So now you know that you can simply sit down and analyze how your content can adjust to certain seasonal, political, game-based events or celebrations that actually will help you catch that hype wave. So you can at least get a small piece of that viewership pie. Not all content creators get this. Not everyone understands that on January 2nd, it's best to make a video about losing weight. There's sometimes a high demand and little videos on the topic. High demand and little matching videos. And if you make this content, no matter how good or bad your video is, the amount of views you get will increase. So sit down and analyze all the content that can be compiled and distributed according to seasons, holidays, and so on. And make yourself a calendar. You now have a yearly plan at what moments and when and what you need to make videos about. Google Trends is an awesomely cool tool that creators unfortunately don't use because they don't understand that there are fluctuations in supply and demand and supply. For example, as soon as the first information appears about an iPhone 13, the number of people who want to watch it is huge. And also, the fact that the audience does not understand what to make videos about and thinks that each video needs to be unique. I say, excuse me, there are plenty of videos out there already about the iPhone 13. But if a person watches one video, it tells us that he or she wants to know even more about the topic. He has acquired some information and now wants to see a different point of view. And he can watch 5, 6, 7, or 10 videos before making a decision to buy a product. Therefore, everyone will get their views. And the more everyone does, the better it is for the audience, for the site, and for us, the creators. You got that? If you want to know more about how to become popular on YouTube, then come to my course, Quick Start, where I talk in detail about how to become popular on YouTube and how to make money from it. I will leave all the details about my course in the description. See you later.